And it just don't stop. I said it just don't quit. Devin Haney is praying that he can get a 2024 fight with none other than boxing superstar Gervonta Tank Davis. Davis pops in the comments section after Devin Haney posted this graphic. Find out exactly what both fighters said in this video. Let's talk about it. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego back from boxing. Subscribe, it's free. Starting off with Devin Haney. He kicked things off posting this graphic. It's a graphic someone made, Davis versus Haney. And it shows and depicts both of them like trying to throw punches or whatnot. And he says in the message, very simple, 2024, inshallah. As you guys know, Devin Haney is Muslim, so he practices Islamic faith. And he's basically throwing that prayer out there by saying inshallah. And basically that translates roughly into English as God willing. So he's saying, God willing, we get that fight cracking in 2024. That's his hopes, that is his wishes, and he's putting that in the universe, so to speak. Devin Haney looks sensational in a move up to 140 pounds versus Regis Prograis. I know because I was there, live and direct at you. And Devin Haney did his thing. I gave Regis Prograis 0 rounds out of 12. So that's a big statement, just given the fact that Regis Prograis was at least thought to be a level of danger to Devin Haney. So Devin Haney's name is definitely buzzing after that performance. People felt he looked better at this weight class, or just strong. Like his weight looked better. You know, the fight week, his face didn't look all sunk in, etc. Gervonta Davis seen this and decided to clap back in the comment section. Gervonta Davis said, "You know what happened to the last ninja that posted some ish like this," end quote. And I'm pretty sure he's referring to Ryan Garcia, who was definitely doing the same thing, kind of barking up the tree, saying, Gervonta, I want to see the fight with Gervonta. And then he randomly posted the graphic, and it was kind of a similar graphic. It was like a fight flyer type of graphic saying Gervonta Davis versus Ryan Garcia. And as we know, Ryan Garcia fought Gervonta Davis in his very last fight, and he was knocked out for it, his troubles. So 2024, what can I say? It hopes and promises to be a big year. You got Devin Haney and Gervonta Davis both seemingly like interacting and engaging. So that's a testament to Gervonta Davis being a superstar and being on the alert, or knowing when somebody like Devin Haney, his brand is rising, I would say. You know, he's making his own path and doing his own thing. And now he's receiving a bit more notice from the work that he's doing. Now, I'm going to say this again, and hopefully I don't have to keep saying this because I don't like to repeat myself. But for the new people on the channel, I have respect for Devin Haney and his team. I have respect for Gervonta Davis and his team. I am a grown man. I am not going to get involved in some bickering, picking sides. I have great relationships in the world of boxing. I'll leave that for you. You guys are fans. I get paid from boxing. So I see it already. You have people are treating this like it's some gang stuff, like it's some turf war and pick a side. I'm going to do my job, and I'm going to do my job to the best of the ability. If they fight, may the best man win. Now, when it comes to making the fight, I said what I said. I stand on business, and I mean every word that I say in these videos. I see a potential problem with negotiations, and I told Bill Haney this. He popped on my live. I told him this directly. What we disagree with is when it comes to Tank Davis, he admitted that Tank is the A-side to me when I asked a direct question, you know, and I was trying to ask more questions, but, you know, Bill likes to talk, and he was saying his piece. But the reality is Tank is the A-side. So people are saying, oh, Tank hasn't come up with these different stipulations, so how come the fans are doing it? Very, very easy to understand the concern, and I'll break it down now. Tank Davis they're not in negotiations, so these issues have not come up. These issues of if there's a rehydration, if there's a catch weight, if there's any type of stipulations, these things haven't been decided or deciphered. Maybe Tank wants to go up to 140. Maybe Tank doesn't want a rehydration clause or a catch weight or any type of stipulations. I don't know, because they haven't actually had a successful, deep negotiation, because you've seen it. Eddie Hearn reached out to Gervonta Davis via DMs and said, let's talk. And he said no. And he says, you know my people. Gervonta got on wax and got on the gram and went live and said, you don't even know the contact information to the people you need to talk to make the fight. You know, tell your boss, Eddie Hearn, to get in touch with the right people. Why are you hitting me up? So all this like, oh, Gervonta Davis turned down $20 million. How do you turn down $20 million if he's showing proof that he didn't even accept to talk to Eddie Hearn? He's basically saying, talk to my people, talk to my team. You know who to talk to directly. And that's what I don't understand. Why? Like, for example, if Eddie Hearn is a promoter from the UK, his dad was a promoter, why would you ever reach out to the fighter or the trainer to do business when they have handlers, when they have advisors, when they have a team? That's like me going into Costco trying to get a job, and I talk to, at best, some type of manager or some type of shift leader or the store manager, because I'm trying to go to the top. I'm trying to get this done. Or like, let's say I was selling some items, like let's say I had a daughter and I want to sell Girl Scout cookies in front of the Costco. You wouldn't ask a random Costco employee, the guy that is pushing the carts, you know, and say, hey, can we set up shop here? You would ask whoever's the highest in charge at the Costco to see if you can set up a Girl Scout cookie table in front. So I know this very well because my dad was in the military, and there's a thing called chain of command, order of operations, need to know basis. The military is pretty strict on these things. So anytime, it reminds me of, there was a thing where Top Rank, they were saying Terrence Crawford's ducked by everybody. And we reached out to Danny Garcia and Angel Garcia to talk numbers. And we offered him $3 to $4 million and he turned it down. Why are you going to Angel Garcia to try to make a fight? That never makes sense when you know Al Heyman is in the fighter's ear, etc. It's like almost having, when you have two parents and let's say your dad doesn't really care if you stay the night at your friend's house when you're a kid, but your mom might, because she knows you haven't been cleaning up your room, your grades are slipping, etc. So you try to ask your dad to circumvent and go around your mom, but your mom already told you that no, you're not staying the night at your friend. That is a potential cause for discourse, right? So Gervonta Davis is advised by Al Heyman. These are the facts. So it seems like anybody who wants to fight him would go through that proper channel. As far as catch weights and stipulations, again, let me further reiterate because I ranted on something else. People are saying, oh, but Tank, you know, he hasn't said these things. Of course he hasn't. They're not in negotiations. They're not in deep negotiations at that. He refused Eddie Hearn's DM or whatever. So with that being said, we don't know what anybody's terms are. But as I keep saying, and Leonard Ellerby is saying on social media, Tank will not be dictated to. So if you can't see that by Devin Haney going on TBV and saying, here's what I won't do. I'm not entertaining a catch weight. I'm not entertaining a rehydration clause. And it has to happen at the weight where I just moved up to, and Tank has only fought there once, but I rehydrated 25 pounds, then I don't know what to tell you. But I can see and forecast. Again, Tank ain't said nothing because they're not in negotiations. But me being a reasonable, logical, objective person, I could definitely foresee that causing trouble. And the only people that want to remove this elephant from the room, they just want to bypass it and omit these facts. I'm not going to do that on the channel. I give you guys my honest opinion, my honest take, and that's that. I've stated this in a previous video. If you are applying for a job and the job, they want to hire you, but then you tell the job, I'm not working on the weekends. I don't want to work any nights. And it's the dead of summer and they're saying, hey, I need to take 2 weeks off because my family's going on a cruise, right? We're going to Mexico. That's not going to entice the job to want to hire you because you have all these, before you've even like signed on to work for the job, you've already told them all these things that they may not be okay with. Like, man, what do you mean you don't want to work nights? We need people on nights. We need people on the weekends. That's our busiest day. That's the point. So if you can't see what I'm saying, then good luck to you. And good luck with this fight happening. I get it. Devin Haney, he's the fighter. He wants it. Bill Haney, he's the father and trainer. He wants it. It's a big payday for them. It's a big payday for Gervonta Davis. It's a fight people want to see. But what we're not going to do, on my channel at least, is overlook how and what it takes to make a fight just because we want to. I'll save that for boxing Twitter, because boxing Twitter, I see a lot of foolishness and people who don't have businesses, don't make money in boxing, and they're sitting up here telling me or whoever else, Leonard Ellerby or Bill Haney, they're telling how the business runs. So at the end of the day, it's a great fight for boxing. Make the fight. Make the fight. But negotiations, they're paramount. We've seen it with Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. They did end up fighting, but the first negotiations fell flat. We'll see what happens for this. This is not my hope. This is not my wish. This is not my prayer. If they can get it rocking, they can get it rocking. But to come to the table with prerequisites at as the B side, I can see that as being problematic. We'll see what happens next. Best in the business, and it's not even close in the mind.